Wednesday. Welcome to the show. My name is Chioma Afolabi Brown. No, my name is Muraya. And with me,
Assurance.
And with me, my lovely co-host. Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Hi.
Yes,
My
so
name
Assurance
can never be Chioma. God forbid it in Jesus' name.
Why?
That a man will date you for 5 years, have 2 baby mamas within those 5 years, and think that because he's buying you a brand new car, all of that is forgiven. No, it doesn't work like that. We're not materialistic.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Interesting. But everybody's claiming to be Chioma now, so all right. But we get the point. But we get the point. You get the point.
You need to really be careful when you're saying.
And redefine. We need to really define properly.
Say what you want. Don't look at someone else and think that they have it all well. You know, just
you don't know
say your
story.
own. Me,
okay.
God, yes, my husband will buy me a brand new car. That's all right.
How are you doing though?
My name is Mariam.
Okay. Your point sounded in my plan. My plan was just to get us all excited. But okay, it's all right. So your name is Mariam. Go ahead.
And I'm fine, and I have a car. My husband bought me a car. But
That's all right.
Okay now.
But even more importantly, I will buy myself a very good car someday.
Right.
Very
Fantastic.
soon.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going to be the odd one out today. You guys know that now. My name is Obiajulu Olabisi Ugo. In 2006, I won a beauty pageant with a brand new car.
Yeah.
My first car. And I have been bought series of cars by my one husband. No baby mama outside, no child outside.
Please, calculate all these cars together. Is it up to 45 million?
Leave that in.
We're talking about a Porsche here. A Porsche.
After 5 years, no value.
Hey, that's true, Jesus Christ. No, after tomorrow, self, no value.
No value.
Don't worry.
You can't even resell it.
You buy another car. Let's not sound like haters. You buy
Another car.
And he said something about 100 million today. Davido was saying something. Who heard that story? That something is going to increase something to 100 million. I think
they gave her an endorsement. He fought for the endorsement for her, 60 million. But he is saying that he will make sure they make it up to 100 million.
Yeah.
Then we can think about it. Love in Tokyo.
Chioma Afolabi Brown.
Okay, you know what? Okay, my name is Muraya Afolabi Brown. I know that my husband will buy me a brand new car. Very soon. It is on this show that I'll announce it. And y'all will see. Eyes have not seen. What God has planned for my husband to buy
Okay,
me.
but there's some positive out of the whole gist in that regardless of everything, she seems to be someone who loves her man. She stayed, and at the end, baby mama doesn't win you the man, you know. So you have to be a Chioma by your man.
It's good to see Davido in love. And I think they make a good couple.
Yeah.
But there's so many angles to this story. You know, we'll talk about this on Friday.
Yes. Yeah.
There's so many angles. There's the tribe angle. There's the jealousy. There's the value, the haters. Goodness, what is that? Actually, I'm the...
How to take care of a man.
Obviously, they do. Because I'm the first Yoruba person my husband is ever dating. He's always dated a Yoruba person, Igbo person, Igbo lady. And he married a Yoruba girl. But I'm saying, though, there's some Igbo girls that are amazing. I wish sometimes...
You know how to cook all those Igbo?
I don't know how to cook.
That's warning.
We will start learning. Don't worry. Igbo girls, we are learning. All your own soup, we will cook it. All right, let's go on a break. When we return, we'll look at the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So we're going to start with the punch. Trump's comment, a wake-up call to Nigeria, to Buhari actually, says Khan and Afenifere. As 27 others die in Adamawa bomb attacks, Muslim group berates U.S. president. Mayday NLC wants 66,000 naira, 500 minimum wage must be waged for all our workers. CBN test reveals loopholes in bank's anti-money laundering system. Secondus rejects Dayo as Ogun PDP chair. I spent 26 years in jail for fighting a mechanic, says ex-prisoner. God will judge Nigeria's past leaders, says Buhari. Senate panel presents impeachment reports today, reviews IG on Melaye, and federal government bans importation of codeine. This major headline, Trump's comments on a wake-up call to Buhari. I know Nima mentioned it very clearly yesterday. Listen, yes, he did say they need to stop the killing of Christians, but the truth is that the recent bomb attack in Adamawa shows that it's not just Christians that have been killed. Muslims have been killed. So it was somewhat unfair for the U.S. president to only single out Christians because all human beings are being killed. And I think that's why the Muslim group here will be rating the president, the U.S. president, for making that comment. Right. Is there any other story in Punch?
Yes, I have the story of the former inmates who came out to say he spent 26 years in prison for just over a fight. Now, I was opportune to serve in, my NYC was in Makurdi, and in my LDPS, we visited prisons, and we saw people who were really taken in, prosecuted for accused wrongly, and they lasted there. We saw people live imprisonment and all of that for just selling Igbo and all of that. So this story really got to me because the fight was very minor. They had a fight over water. You didn't lock the tap very well. You locked the tap very well. They injured the guy. They took them to the police, and for 26 years, he was moved from one prison to the other. They even changed the case on him that it was armed robbery. So we really need to do something about false accusations.
So there's so much stuff. There's so much rot in the system.
People say every day that the people who truly believed in President Buhari, that if it was just that our justice system that he cleaned up in his first 4 years, would have said he did something good.
That even brings to mind, there's this year so-called Gavel. I think we should bring them on. They go in and just do like, what do you call them when they do for free? For people who have been wrongly prosecuted, wrongly locked up.
Let's move on to the nation. Obasanjo's don't run letter was abusive, says Buhari. That was a side comment. Goodness, now it's not a major headline. Government to deliver on minimum wage. 31.4 million naira customers captured in BVN, says CBN. 27 died in Adamawa explosions. And boy's body found in stream at Ilorin. Who has that in human interest story?
Yes, I have the story. The boy was found dead near the stream in Ilorin. He, according to his teacher, said he was okay, he was healthy a day before. And the police has come out to confirm the story, saying that he actually went to swim and he died. So they've taken him to the hospital.
The major headline,
yes, you have that story.
Yeah, so President Buhari, while responding in the U.S., mentioned that former President Obasanjo's do not run letter in January to him was abusive. He didn't say offensive.
No. Let me say exactly how he said it, because he didn't say it like this. He was talking to them at the VOA, that's the Voice of America, and he was saying that...
Hausa Service.
Hausa Service. He was saying that he asked the Minister of Information not to reply that Obasanjo's abusive letter. Simple, that's exactly how he said it. But couching it that he said that don't run, he didn't use don't run, he just said that Obasanjo's abusive letter. So he told...
in January, we thought he didn't read it.
He actually read it.
Because he did not respond.
Yeah.
Why does he always talk to us from the abroad?
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, the movie story. Should we take it?
You'll take it and
okay.
Still on President Buhari. New Telegraph. Most northern youths are uneducated, says Buhari.
Again.
Others recruitment of 6,000 policemen from 774 local government areas. Media not reporting our achievements, says President. Suicide bombers kill 16 times. It's true. I mean, when you never see the good thing what he does. So he's talking to you that you don't ever report the good things he has done. He said first, Nigeria, US agree on return. He was saying in this article that he has made some huge strides in agriculture. That they've actually...
She's listening.
We don't have the details of what they've done.
You don't?
We know that and our economy is progressively moving.
Yes.
Deception.
The price of oil has gone up internationally.
The major headline is saying that not the say that northern youths are uneducated. That many of them are dropouts. They don't go to school. Yes, go ahead.
So because of that, they're uneducated. They're dropouts. So what happens is that the sort of jobs that they get are, menial jobs. They get meager income that cannot even sustain them them, talk less of their families. So he's also talking, I think in the same
did he mention
information.
Good.
Yeah, in the same interview, he was also talking about the police. You know, we've been advocating for state police, but he's talking that there are some states that even right now cannot meet, you know, their financial obligations. But we really do need more police.
And they're
increasing
6,000 policemen to join the force.
From all the 774 local government areas.
And he told the IG, don't go and recruit all the touts and motor boys.
Yes.
Go and get correct people to recruit them to be part of the police.
Which correct person wants to apply?
Well,
please, like no. But her daughter is actually applying for this place. I'm so happy for her.
That's fantastic. Yes. But the state policing is pretty sensitive. People have been clamoring for a state police because we feel that's the most effective way to actually to tackle security. But his point is that states can't afford it.
I mean, you can't sell.
But why can't we have regional policing though? The entire region.
Because even right now we cannot financially meet our obligations. So when you put that on top of all the salaries that have
between Lagos and Ogun State, we can handle Southwest.
Yeah, but how about the northern states? How about so many other states?
If they give us region, we will handle it.
And this region will handle it.
But Rivers will definitely have the money.
They will handle it. They have money.
They will have one state that will handle it in the region. Yes. Let's just talk about it first. Don't just throw it away because you know the problems.
But anyway, let's move on to Vanguard because these are the issues that will determine who we vote for 2019. State policing, restructuring, so many issues like that.
We're watching them.
Vanguard, 60 killed in twin blast at the Adamawa Mosque market. We'll talk about that now. Buhari Trump ordered attorney generals to draw up the roadmap to return the $500 million looted funds.
I have that one.
Woman tells court how 7 men raped her inside a gut. I read that story. Really sad. Labour has failed Nigerians, says Governor Wike. BBC honors Nigerian policeman who has never taken bribe. Nice. Labour threatens to trade votes for minimum wage in 2019. And FG bans production of syrups containing codeine. We'll take that in Tribune. So let's take the major headline and then 2 other stories. Go ahead.
Okay, the
Adamawa.
Mubi, local government, that's in Adamawa State. It was reported that 27 people died, although there are different numbers, you know, as usual. And 56 were injured. There were explosions heard about 1:30 p.m. That's afternoon. At a market, second-hand market called Gwanjo Market. And just 20 meters away from that market is a mosque. And also explosions went off. So, well, they buried people. They're looking into it to see who... Because none of the usual suspects have
taken ownership of it. Let's move on. There are too many other stories on that in that page. Yes, go ahead. The $500 million looted funds.
Yes, so the Nigerian AGF and the American counterpart are working out an agreement on how to return $500 million looted funds. I think Abacha, but looted funds. And I'm just laughing. Just 2 days ago, we paid for Tukanu $496 million. And then now they're returning 500. Is it trade ambassador give us, we give it back to you?
Was that one from the excess account?
Yes, it was. So now they're giving us looted funds. And there was a time when President Buhari, in fact, mentioned that he didn't believe that Abacha looted any funds.
Now they are recovering the money.
The human interest story in Vanguard, though, is pretty important. A young lady was working with her sister, and she was pushed into the gutter, and 7 men raped her. She could identify only 4. And her sister ran to get the police. They were able to arrest one of the suspects. And, I mean, it was really, really bad. They really tore this girl up to pieces. But, I mean, she's alive. I mean, she was able to testify in court. Identified 3 and 4.
She came out.
Yeah, she came out. I mean, and thank God that all 7 have actually been arrested. Which is great. God. Our final paper is Tribune. Very good. We got to Tribune today. 27 killed, 56 injured in Adamawa bomb blast. We talked about that. Obasanjo's letter is abusive, says Buhari, as he approved 66,000 policemen. Gunmen killed by Bayelsa governor's aide. Kano underage voters, INEC committee recommends nationwide cleanup of voters register. New minimum wage dominates May Day rallies. FG bans production of codeine. I wanted to take that story because actually we're going to talk about it. Oshun 2018, Omishore Oyinlola in 5-hour closed-door meeting. And Ekiti, Bamidele denies quitting race for Fayemi. That's all we can take on the front pages of the papers. When we come back, we'll discuss the FG's ban of the importation and production of codeine. And later we'll discuss Imo's workers get automatic promotion and sleeping allowance. Hey. Governor Rocha and Okorocha. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So according to reports, the federal government has banned the importation of codeine, which has become a diet for young Nigerians. Though it is not an illegal drug, codeine, which comes in tablet and syrup form, has been largely abused by young people for many years. Now, this obviously is possibly at a fallback of the recent documentary carried out by BBC that went viral. Everybody's been watching it, and people have been talking about it. We've discussed codeine several times on this couch, and but again, it brings to the fore of, are we being reactive in this situation like this, as always? But let's hear your views. You can call us on 070-806-6801. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTV so we can read your tweets. So when I got this information, yes, we're excited about it, we're happy about it, but we've been talking about drug abuse for many years.
Forever.
We're talking about the fact that young people are high on, there was ecstasy at some point, there was different drugs,
so many,
marijuana,
gum.
These things are there. And suddenly a documentary comes up on BBC and we are banning.
Moving and doing something. I think it's a step in the right direction, first of all. But how many can you actually ban? Because codeine is not just, these kids have tons of substances. We talked about methylated spirit here.
Yes.
We talked about, there's this one, tramadol. It's terrible. Yeah. So how many will you keep banning? You know, so I don't really want to discourage them. They're trying to move. Let's tell them thank you. But I also, I was moved by the plan. They have a plan for a framework to have a mental health substance service, like a department. Yes, it's in one of the plans according to the Minister of Health. So if that can happen, that's a good way, because we need to look at the cause of these issues. Why are these kids getting this high? There's always an underlying cause. So we can't tackle the issue from the top. We have to come from that cause.
It goes back to family, yes.
Let me say something about our government. Reactionary, reactive. Why? We're talking about these plans now as if this is the first time we've heard about young people abusing drugs. What has happened to the Minister of Health for all these years, the Ministry of Health, all these years, that they have not laid plans down, you know, since discouraged. I mean, well, stop doing this. No, well, this is good that I started, but it is quite late as far as I'm concerned. Then secondly, you're banning codeine. Someone said that it's like banning money because leaders are corrupt. You can't ban codeine. I mean, it's a drug for it's medicinal. Cough syrup.
Yes.
Oh, it's a cough syrup.
There's a substitute.
What has happened is these young people will always find something. If you ban codeine, they will find something else. So the problem right now, there are two things. First, we need a government that, you know, would take measures quickly. You will not wait until BBC sends you a video and then you now start. Two, we cannot leave raising our children to government. We cannot leave raising our children to outsiders. You need to be able to teach your children, you know, not to abuse drugs, the dangers of abusing drugs.
Yeah,
and then
that's fantastic, Miriam, because I think I like the angle you took it from, which is beyond codeine. Yes, ban codeine, they'll always find something else. So I think the real conversation is, what are we doing to help parents, to better equip parents in how to better train their children? I mean, these days, somebody, I think it's praiseworthy, that says that you don't come with a certificate of parenting when you're born. You actually have to learn the skills. But many of us just use whatever our parents taught us, that kind of thing, to train our children. We need to actually learn, because kids go through a lot of challenges. There are enough issues out there. They are trying to run away from something. So that is like a suppressant of the real issues they're going through. So it's beyond just banning codeine. But yeah.
You want to say something?
Go ahead. And okay, this is totally out of what we're discussing in that. And you want to praise some women just for being mothers.
You know what she said?
I lost that.
What that means is that any woman without skills at all in raising children can have a child.
Yes.
We need to be more deliberate in parenting.
Yes. I also want to say,
I want to bring it from the angle of media to say, what happens to investigative journalism in the Nigerian media? It has to be BBC doing a documentary.
But do you know?
No, we have talked about it.
You know, if we Nigerians do that,
they will not listen.
They won't listen. A lot of times, people have done a lot of Nigerians have done investigative journalism. There was one that one of our reporters here did on prostitution. Did on gang raping. These things happen. We do it. Nobody does anything.
Yeah.
But the moment BBC on international outfit takes a story,
you know what this reminds me of? You know, there's some families when the thing embarrasses them outside. That's when they will do something. But as long as it's inside the house, nobody knows about it.
Manage it.
So that is how we're behaving.
Right.
When embarrassing, you know, I like when you said people just give birth to children. Yesterday, I'm not calling this person out, but I just want to tell you how we can be careless as mothers. I went somewhere to buy something, and this mother was there with probably a 2-year-old, and she had to pay for what she bought, but he didn't have a POS, so she was going to an ATM, and she was willing to leave her 2-year-old daughter in that shop with that person that she has never met before. But she was like, stay here or don't go anywhere. I had to call her and say, madam, take your child, your daughter. She didn't know.
Whoa.
So that is what we're saying. We're not deliberate. We don't even know. And then something happens to her. We're not even talking about stealing. What if he does something to her, says something vulgar to her?
So going back to what the federal government is doing, because they actually said there's going to be a lesser addictive component within the cough syrup that will be introduced, so that codeine is too addictive.
Leave treating the branches and the leaves, and let's go back to the roots. Why are young people attracted to drugs?
Getting high.
Why?
They're trying to get away from a problem.
What's
that problem?
So if parents say that we have problem of economy, what is a young child's problem?
When they just sleep, eat and read your books.
Tons of problems.
Sleep, eat and read your books.
Relationship. My problem was just books. So
relationship.
How would this thing that I'm reading enter my head? Father Lord, give me a photographic memory so I can remember my chemistry practical and my everything.
Okay, let me take this call.
That's you.
Morning. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, Moraya.
Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes. The issue before us today is very simple. We have lost our value system.
Right.
Our value system has gone. And the result is what we are reaping now. A situation where youths live on drugs now. It's no more of government. Every time I hear government, who is government?
We.
Parents that cannot handle the children, and they grow up to become a nuisance to blame government. Everything is government. Government is your parent.
Very true, sir.
Interesting.
Your first government. My first president is my father. The vice president is my mom.
Very true, sir.
So the very time we keep looking at government direction, we're not going to get solution to this problem.
Thank you very much.
Value. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Don't forget, it's not only young people, though. They are wives.
Yes,
remember?
yes.
Wives.
Women.
Men.
Taking this thing.
Yeah.
Men. Well, because the documentary didn't really focus so much on men or even women. But we've had a research done before where a lot of northern women actually are addicted, something about 5 bottles or 6 bottles a day.
Yeah. Is anybody asking them why?
Goes back to the why question.
Yes, people who take these substances are running away from the reality of the pressure.
Reality that a young Hausa woman in the north running away from?
It's their coping mechanism. No, for the Hausas, you know how they marry them when they are very little.
They've married them before like that. Why now?
No, we just know now. We are more aware now. These things have been on ground for a very, very long time. I spent some time in the north. It's been on ground, but we are more aware now with the social media. So you see, stories get across very fast. These issues have been there. They marry them very early. They suffer them in their marriages and all of that. So it's a coping mechanism. We need to find out.
Plus polygamy. When a man has many children, and maybe he's a farmer, a peasant.
Polygamy in the south now.
So hold on. Peasant farmer who is uneducated himself, My father, as a young girl, always mentioned that if you do well, the government will give you scholarship to secondary school, to university. So, but when a man is uneducated himself, he's a peasant farmer, and his only enjoyment is just to have children, and just leaves the children at home with the women, he's not even watching over them and what happens to them.
You know what I would say? I'm northern.
It's okay to disagree, it's fine.
Exactly.
Okay,
so,
it's okay.
no, it's not even that. I'm saying that I cannot even tell you what the problem is. But what I would say that might be common is that they might have just too much time on their hands.
Who, the young ones or the women?
The young ones.
The women.
The women.
The
people
men.
that have so much time on their hands. Right. They're not, as we heard the president say, most of them are uneducated.
Oh,
they do menial jobs.
Okay.
No, listen.
Hang it. Listen. Okay, I have to take this call.
Okay, take the call and then we'll get back to it.
Okay, morning, are you there?
That will not be.
Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead, Abdul. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my reaction is really to the presenters. You really need to sometimes do a better research on some of the things you talk about. Jumoke just mentioned that Nigerian journalists are not doing so much investigative journalism. They took BBC to do that. That's a lie. Jokeli Jadu of this same station did a very comprehensive report on drug addiction. He gave reasons, he interviewed addicts, he did so much on drug addiction. You did not see it. You were only interested in seeing what BBC did. What BBC did was not really detailed.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Abdul. We actually mentioned that. I did mention it that. Thank you very much, Abdul. I did mention, because maybe Jumoke missed it, but I know, and I did mention that reporters in TVC, and as long as others have done reports here, I did mention that.
We've been talking about drug abuse for the last 5 years, right? But only this one has gone viral.
Right. So that was the point. Not that we're saying that we don't know that Nigerians do proper investigative journalism. So let me let you finish and I'll come to. I want to take one comment from the audience. Go ahead, please.
You know, I was saying that what I see that's really common among all the drug users in the North, I would say for me, is that they have got too much time on their hands. If you're not in school and you're not working, what are you doing? And then for the early marriages that you're talking about, I don't know. I don't want to just place it on early marriage, you know.
No, I just pointed out even.
Yes, I know. I don't just want to put it on that, like, because we have all sorts of things that are happening in other parts of Nigeria. Right. We have people in polygamous homes here too in the South. So
let's not pinpoint one issue.
And the northern family is very what do you say? You know, when they say it takes a village, you know, so you have the mothers, you have the kids, you have, you know, it's not one person that takes that.
Praise Tutu says, Nigeria should leave young people and settle the main issue at hand. If the youth have jobs, they will not think about drugs or even smoking. PJ Comedian says, don't you think banning codeine is not the solution? Think they banned internet when Yahoo started. Let's go to the root instead. Yomi Yoda says, emotionally intelligent people don't do drugs. Teach a child to manage their emotions and they won't do drugs. Fantastic. Last one, Ebose says, to be honest, the media has greatly influenced young people to thinking drug abuse is cool. Deterrence is very crucial. What happened to Olamide's song?
Right, so that's all we can take. Unfortunately, I'll just take one comment from the audience before we rush out. Just one comment. Go ahead, please.
All right. My comment is this. First of all, I empathize with the young people who are into this drug abuse and all that. They're having issues. I also have issues with the government. It's not about making policy or telling us that you're going to ban codeine from, being imported. It's about how the regulation is going to take place.
Exactly.
How is the monitoring going to be effective? That's very important.
Fantastic. That's all we can take. When we come back, we have our guest with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So the governor of Imo State, Governor Rochas Okorocha, has announced automatic promotion for all the workers in the state civil service, with the exception of those who are newly employed. Report also has it that because of his fondness and happiness with the workers, he said, I can also even give you approved sleeping allowance for you people. He was so happy with them. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. And joining us on the show is a Nigerian scientist and politician who is also aspiring to be the governor of Ekiti State. Welcome to the show, Mr. Abimbola Oluwafemi Daramola. You can call us on 070-806-6801. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. We'll discuss your ambition, Ekiti politics, because we had Mr. Fakwonda here. We've had Dr. Kolade also here. So we know all of you are running towards this governor, but we'll get to that. But just yesterday was May Day, and Governor Rochas Okorocha, in excitement, it was like automatic promotion for all civil service. To us, some people may be excited about that. But for those of us that are looking for a new Nigeria, a Nigeria that is systemic, that has processes, that things should be done properly, we look at it with
trepidation.
Trepidation, that's the word I'm looking for. So in your view, I mean, I'd like to come to you, in your thought, let me come to the ladies first, before I come to our guests. What's your general view on this?
I did not know that fondness and happiness could get me lots of, a job and salary. I mean, is this not the same governor that is owing his people's salaries?
Even pensioners haven't
so he has been upset
to 50 months salary.
He has not been happy with them.
He needs happiness.
That's it. So pensioners, please make your governor happy. So you can get your 30 to 50 months delayed pension.
This is the same governor that inaugurated a ministry of happiness.
So
happiness is important in Imo State.
Happiness is important to governor.
He did not, he announced a new salary structure. He didn't announce any details. Of course, we know.
This is a salary structure. He just said 100%.
No,
Grade level.
So he's saying that new salary structure, we leave the ministry to,
work out the details.
Deal with that. And we're like, really? Have we started selling rice in Imo? Or have we started crude oil exploration?
So let me bring that question to our guests.
Who is also trying to be a governor.
Who is also trying to be a governor, because
is this how you people do?
So all this stomach infrastructure, all these mentality of doing things by what the people need. I want promotion. I want money now. We're tired of it.
Absolutely.
So we need to understand your views on this kind of system and if you have any plans at all to change it.
Well, let me thank you very much for being here. Great nations are not run on powerful individuals. Everybody, and I think it was President Clinton who at some point in his career visited Ghana and said, Africa would do well if we decide to make our institutions stronger.
Very true.
When we respect institutions, then decisions like this won't be at the whims and caprices of governors. Right. So the governor wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and I say, okay, I take your salaries
Sack everybody.
down. Oh, my wife just caressed me so nicely. You guys get on. It will remind you of the days of President Idi Amin Dada, And I think it's also it's a task that people. I saw a program on television yesterday, Get Involved, by the platform, and the thrust of that program was that we should all get involved. We should get to the point where this nation will thrive and rest solidly on the pillars of systems, and also be guided by the Constitution.
Okay. So you are getting involved.
Yeah, I'm already involved. I've been involved for all of my years.
Yes, you were campaign director for Governor Fayemi's re-election.
Yes.
In 2015.
Yes, 2014.
2014.
Right.
He has stated his ambition to run again.
Shockingly too.
Oh, that shocked you.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it seem like some betrayal? That's.
Oh yes. I've
actually, you say he has forgiven all your betrayers anyway. Go ahead.
Your part, actually.
Well, I've had that gist before, and it would amaze me that I'm not too sure it would have me in mind or in the pack of the people he called betrayers. For a man I'd known for 40 years, for a man that he was 13, I was 11 when I met him in secondary school, and for whom I gave virtually everything beyond loyalty. If there's a word beyond loyalty, I give it to him, and I don't have any regrets about that. About this aspiration, I met him 4 times over 18 months. Oh, you don't know? So you guys can say, oh, I've not finished. I met him. I'm sorry. I met him 4 times. I don't think Dr. Fahimi would like us to get into this discussion. Right. I met him 4 times over 18 months, telling him, drawing his attention persistently to the fact that Fauci was inching into our crowd. He was serving our people the diet that is not ours, and people are beginning to get used, their palates are beginning to get used to that political diet. And I felt that it was a good time for him to step into it because he had been a governor before and now a minister. 4 times, excuse me, let me just finish this tale. I'm going to close on this. Okay. 4 times I met with him, and I didn't even stop there. I met his wife, who reasonably is close to me. I met her alone to her pointedly on the 17th of July, 2017. And then I wrote Dr. Fahimi a 9-page letter. What else were you expecting me to do?
Right.
Are you guys still friends?
Well, when we met last Thursday, when the elders of the party, Ashwaju Bola met Tinubu, Babakode, Oshoba met us in Lagos, he starts right across the table now saying, I never thought a day like this was going to come. That was, oh yes, it was an emotional moment for me. It was only Otubani Adebayo that was sitting right at the head of the table, and then 2 other governors who should have actually been there. Imagine our party today if we had the 2 others walking with Otubani Adebayo and then facing Fauci. It would have been an easier run for us. Now, when Arua and Odofin wants to become Kabiyesi, then you know there's crisis. And beyond that, leadership should also have a seed of followership development in it.
Okay, I want to bring us back to why you are here. It's supposed to be sort of a campaign. You're going to tell us what you have in store for Ekiti. So I want to ask, how do you plan to move Ekiti from where it is right now if eventually you become the governor? Well,
that question is like jumping the gun because I need to win the primaries first and then go on to general election.
We need to know what we are voting for.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm not the one voting at the primaries.
Thank you very much.
You should have a plan.
We'll come to that because I wanted to go a little back to converse with Fahimi and all that.
Right.
We don't know who's going to get the party ticket.
Yes.
Obviously, nobody knows here.
I guess I am.
Well, well, hopefully, if you do.
I mean, I've been there for 14 years. This is one thing I've done for 14 years.
I want to go back to the Governor Fayose factor. Because the truth is that Governor Fayose, in fairness to him, gives the people what they want. I've said it several times on this couch. I have been to Ekiti.
That's not informed.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Maybe not what they need.
You have been to Ekiti. I was born, bred, and raised there. The first 25 years of my life lived there. So I can tell you who we are and who we were.
Former Governor Fahimi tried to bring in this new night. This elitism. Let us turn
Ekiti to Dubai.
Yes.
No. But and the people are like, we don't want
infrastructure.
No.
So unfortunately, yes, you have this educated Ekiti. Yes, you're all smart. You're professors, lecturers. Yes, you have these big dreams. But your people are saying, listen, we're not there yet. Give me what I can understand and relate to.
For a state erstwhile known as a state that breeds professors 40 years ago. In 1962, Ebenezer Obey sang a song, and one more Ekiti, one car, one more, Ado Ekiti, and that we had that reputation, unbroken. Sometime in 1964, at a meeting where Adela Benkelemes was, Mbadiwe was there, and I guess Zeke was there. And then introductions are being done, and somebody said, my name is so-so-so-so Azikiwe. Another one said, my name is so-so-so-so Mbadiwe. And Adilabu stood up and said, Emoleje Azikiwe, Emoleje Mbadiwe, but Mbadiwe Ekiti Oka. Yes.
Ekiti Oka.
I didn't get
in English. Translate.
I'll try to give you another joke.
Don't worry,
okay.
Iwe is a suffix of names in Igbo land.
Okay.
Azikiwe, Mbadiwe, and all of that.
Okay.
But Iwe in Ekiti means book.
Yes.
Yes. And then at this meeting, everybody's started introducing themselves. My name is Azikiwe. My name is Mbadiwe. And then this man from Ibadan, who of course out of reverence for Ekiti people and the capacity to seek and pursue education, said, okay, you guys want to say you are Zikiwe, you are Mbadiwe. If you become books, Ekiti will read you.
That's all. That's all.
So now I can laugh.
All right, we have to go on a break. But when we come back...
And then will allow me to talk about the fact that it's Governor Fauci, who I also know very well, I have a very good relationship with him, who is trying to rebrand who we are.
You think?
I know.
All right, let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll hear more about this.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Jumake had a question, yeah.
So, while we were going on the break, you said that is Governor Fayose that is rebranding Ekiti, you know, like the state of stomach infrastructure. But we here in Lagos thought that Governor Fayemi was doing very well, you know, building all of this and all of that and putting a system and a structure, but they rejected him at the polls. So maybe Governor Fayose just recognizes what the people want, and it's not that we are being rebranded. Why do you disagree with that?
Well, I think when a society is run with gaps, and then gaps provide opportunities for you to fill it, nature abhors vacuum. I think, without regrets, I think Dr. Fayemi did well. There's no doubt about it. When a man systemized social infrastructure to ensure that 25,000 elderly seniors got put on some kind of stipend to sustain their lives, their livelihood, I think that makes a lot of sense than having to give rice and body and promote the people on the street, which is offended and ad hoc. And but you see, I'm trying to put a lot of things together. My head is doing in full blast. But the truth of the matter is that we don't have the time. The truth of the matter is that Dr. Fayemi, the 2010 to 2014, when he was in government, he had a good vision for Ekiti State, which will reflect on what our phobias will want us to do. And there's no, why would, okay, are you telling me that Ekiti people are second-rated citizens?
No, they're not.
When you give, excuse me, when you give good government in Lagos, that ensures that people get paid, that salaries get paid and all of that, or that, for instance, the place where I built a 32-bed hospital where I gave 2,050 free jam to people and all of that, and you're telling me that, oh, they shouldn't be getting that. I should go and use the money that I used to ensure that the sons and daughters of the poor get access to tertiary education. Okay. That is wrong?
No, that's not wrong, sir. I think maybe we should try and understand this question is, why, if the people seem, it seems like you're not relatable. That's what we're saying. Are they saying that? I understand, because I have always heard that the Ekiti people are intelligent people. So I've seen you, there's some others that have sat down just as intelligent.
Let me so that I understand that. So that because of time, we're pressed for time, let me tell you this. You know, if you feed your dog a particular kind of meal for too long, the palates are going to get used to it. Right. Okay. We have an issue, we have an incident.
Eating about every day instead of dog food.
We have an incident where there was gap between leadership. And then this same election you're talking about, have you heard of Codeine tape?
We heard the video.
I am the Daramola in charge.
We know.
Right.
We want you to talk about
now, that's what I'm talking about. You see, but time now. Now, if the Director General of the election got so beat or was attacked, and my 87-year-old man got so beaten up the night before election. Wow. Election is a process, it's not a destination. And of course, you heard how frenetic, how they got into a frenzy the night before election. Get Bimbo Daramola tonight, get Bimbo Daramola tonight, and all of that. Would you call that election very legitimate?
No.
Right, but that does not also save us from the fact that we got whipped.
Yes.
You know, but we may not have been that whipped if that gap had not existed.
All right, so we have an opportunity to inform citizens of Ekiti.
Yes.
The prospects, what's possible. Let's paint a new picture for them from what they know. So, in a few minutes, tell us, what's that thing that, what do they have? What is it that paints a future for those people so they can see when they go to the polls, to see the options available other than what they know?
The option that's available is the fact that we have to get our identity back.
How?
Yes, I'll tell you that. The things that we hold very dear, the pristine values that are very close to our chest, we must put them on the table now. People must connect with the fact that when I was growing up in that place, industry was one of them, personal industry, empowerment consciously, and I'm not talking about giving Okada, and that's not. Empowerment for the total man. Okay. You understand? And that must be interpreted in a language and in a context that the people must
Where will you get the funding from?
No, listen, where's the will, there's a way. Where did I get the funding to build a 32-bed hospital for the people?
Well, that's your
American started.
Your personal.
No, listen, you get ingenuous when your heart is there. Yeah. This program that you're running today, you probably don't have all the sponsors, but you've been very, very ingenuous to keep it running. Yeah. You need much more of that when you get into government. Right. And I guarantee you have that. You know, when I chose to say, okay, fine, we will support 2,050 families to get their children to go to school. I am not looking at the fact that they may not have jobs in 4 years. I'm looking at the fact that they are prepared to create their own jobs.
Okay.
So,
you sound arrogant. Like, Ekiti people, we're more than this.
Yes.
yes, I agree.
We should be more than this.
Now, I was thinking you were talking about personal arrogance, but if that's what arrogance means, yes, I am arrogant.
No, but not
so the Ekiti people that now went to go and carry rice and 1 gallon of oil.
I went to Ekiti. One man is from Ikere Ekiti. I saw Governor Fayoshe and plenty people around him supporting me. I walked up to that crowd. I walked through and Governor Fayoshe was like 2-3 steps from me. I'm nobody. And I was able to have accessibility. I can't go to my own Lagos State government. Like all the sirens.
It doesn't look like you will have
Governor Fayoshe is close to people enough.
He's on ground.
He's relatable, sir.
Do you have that?
Let me tell you. Again, you must create what you want to achieve. It's like a guy could shoot a documentary. He already has the movie in his head.
Yes.
So Governor Fayoshe knows. Thank you. Governor Fayoshe knows that. How do I catch these guys?
Yes.
Go to Ekiti today. I am not the pink blazer wearing guy in Ekiti State. I am the guy on the street.
Whoa.
Go on now.
That's good.
Go on now. You know.
That's it.
Go and find out.
Unfortunately for you, all your contenders, because your co-contenders, they are all educated and fine, doctors. So you see,
and they set out their plans. That was why I went to that direction.
So let's end up with that Obiajulu's plan.
We have 33, and that's among us.
So let's go to your plans. If you do become governor, yes, you talk about empowerment. Empowerment for us is too broad. What exactly are you going to do? There's Ikoko's there. Nobody's knowing anything about it. Tell us what you're going to do exactly.
My vision is captured in EKITI.
EKITI.
What does that stand for?
Empowerment for the total man.
Ekiti.
Yes. Tourism development, industrialization, and I'm going to focus on let me tell you, and it's amazing. Do you know that in 1983, I went to Ekiti for vacation job. Yes. Today, with all this popularity of Governor Fayoshe, and I'm not going to deny it, He's clear, he's clever, he knows what to do, he knows what to do. Yesterday, a whole lot to talk about, isn't it? yesterday, somebody showed me a clip. Somebody showed me a clip and said, where Governor Fayoshe was saying that, my Fayoshe was saying that, I'm going to whip these APC people again, and this and that. And the guy said, what is fueling this confidence? I said, Shebi, I was on your garilla, no.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
That's correct, because you need the vote of that woman.
Yeah.
But listen, the fact that I give you a beer hug as a governor is good enough, but what is in my heart? In the same state, in the same state where people have not been paid for 8 months.
But people say, let's see some tweets. But people say his deputy has a good chance.
How? His cognate experience is...
He has all the machinery.
With all due respect, Governor Fayoshe Maegbon cannot transfer his equity in politics in Ekiti State to a man who has a cognate experience of about 3.5 years. Okay. OAU is... I better tell OAU, if I get the ticket of that party by the grace of God, the guy should call in his sabbatical leave. He should go back to school. Really? You know, he's a professor, let him go back to school.
Some people do not agree with you on Twitter. Okosi Prayer says, for Mr. Daramola, he's dreaming on that. We know the people, but take it or leave it. I see Fayoshe sweeping Ekiti again.
Let me tell you why. We can play it into his hands. And we've already started. We're on that path, regrettably so. There are 30 people running on the platform of the APC, and he's already gone way back 1 year ago. He picked his deputy and he's focused on going behind it. The party,
you guys need to come together.
A party divided.
That's number one. That's number two is the fact that we got 2 months to general election.
Very true.
And then we've not spoken. We've been far from these guys for 3.5 years. The guys who have been ministers, the guys who have been deputy national chairman. We've not been on the streets talking to them. Right. And you think we can close the gap in 2 months? You need a guy like me who's been there, who, listen.
Hey! Listen.
A security report in 2017, and I'm not jiving, I'm not boasting. Please, when you get out of here, download my app and go to my website and see people, but that's not the point. In 2015,
they love you.
2015, a state security report said that the very first meeting of the APC since we lost the election was the one where Bimbo Daramola decided to go back to the people and ensure that 1,000 homes were entered with free access to education. Okay. And in that room that night, we had 2,500 people.
Okay,
and then in 2018, we did the same thing. And you're telling me that the people won't. Let's go there now.
All right, let's go there. Unfortunately, that's all we can tell on the show. We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
We'll see. Just in 2 months, we'll see the primaries. When are the primaries again?
Is this month?
This month. 3 days away.
Yes.
3 days away.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Well, I hope the delegates will also understand the fact that
we have to go, unfortunately.
the guys giving them 20,000.
That's all we can take on the show. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.